gentlemen. All right, good evening. Welcome to Campbellsville University and tonight's performance of the complete works of William Shakespeare Abridged. Before we begin, I've been asked to make a few brief announcements, all right? First of all, the recording of this production by any means audio video is strictly prohibited by management, technical stuff. Also, we ask that you please turn off any cell phones, pagers, anything like that may make noise so you don't disturb the actors while they're on stage. Thank you. At this time, we also want to point out there should be no eating, drinking, or smoking of anything in the theater, okay? At this time, please familiarize yourself with the exits. Should the theater experience a sudden loss of pressure, oxygen masks will drop from the ceiling. Simply take the mask, place it over your mouth and nose, and continue to breathe normally. If you're in the theater with a small child, please place the mask on yourself first. Let the little bugger fend for themselves. Allow myself to introduce myself. My name is Travis Stansel, and tonight, my two partners and I are going to attempt a feat which we believe to be unprecedented in the history of theater. That is, to capture in a single theatrical experience the magic, the genius, the towering grandeur of the complete works of William Shakespeare. As you can see, we've got quite a bit to get through tonight. So, without any further ado, allow me to introduce one of America's preeminent Shakespearean scholars. He has a bachelor's degree from the University of Tennessee and a Master of Fine Arts from the University of North Carolina in Greensboro, where in total, I believe he's read 2 books about William Shakespeare. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mr. Kyle Beery.
William Shakespeare, playwright, actor, poet, philosopher, a man whose creative and literary genius has had an immeasurably profound impact on the entire English-speaking world. And yet, how much do we inhabitants of the 21st century really know and appreciate of the tremendous amount of knowledge contained in this single volume? Too little, I would argue. I believe I might be able to illustrate my point with a brief poll of the audience. Can I have some house lights, please? Super. Okay, you are a theater-going crowd, no doubt, for the most part, above average cultural and literary awareness, and yet, if I might have, just by a brief show of hands, how many of you have ever seen or read anything by William Shakespeare? In fact, any contact with? Okay.
Yeah, let's just go on. There's a lot of them. They don't know Shakespeare from Shinola. Just narrow it down. Narrow it down.
We're going to narrow it down, shall we? How many of you have ever seen or read All's Well That Ends Well? All's Well That Ends Well? Well, that's beginning to separate the wheat from the chaff rather nicely now, isn't it? Let's see who the real trivia champ is here today, though, shall we? How many of you have ever seen or read King John? King John! Oh, we have a spattering of the crowd. You, sir, would you mind telling us what it's about?
It's about a hunchback.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, you laugh. You scoff, but let he among you who is free from sin live in a glass house. For I submit to you that face represents all your faces. Those beady little eyes are all your beady little eyes. This empty brain is all your empty brains. These teeth are your teeth, and they cry out. Good gracious, man, floss me. I submit to you that society's capacity to comprehend, much less attain, the genius of William Shakespeare has been systematically shrunken by sitcoms, sodomized by soap operas, and reamed by reality television. But have no fear, your intellectual salvation is here.
Say it, brother.
We descend among you on a mission from God and the literary youth to spread the word of the Lord to the masses to help you take your halting steps out to the 21st century quagmire of the Cardassians and Snooki and the Real Housewives of New Beverly Black Nat and into the future. Glorious future. A future where this book is not in every hotel room in the world. A future where manly men wear pink tights with pride, ladies and gentlemen. Help me. Help me. Take those first halting steps to the brave new world of intellectual redemption by opening your heart and open your pocketbooks. Or simply charge your donation to 976 BARD. That's 976 BARD. Give us your cash if we be friends, and deduct it when the tax year ends. On with the show. Thank you.
Well, those of you who own a copy of this book know that no collection is complete without a brief biography of William Shakespeare. Now, providing that portion of the show tonight is the third member of our troupe. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. Andrew Ward.
As you can see, I am not an audience member. I completely fooled you. I've just been Googling some information about Shakespeare so I can get the show off.
Just get on with it.
Well, let's get on with it. All right, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was born in 1564 in the town of Stratford-upon-Avon, Warwickshire. The third of 8 children, he was the eldest son of John Shakespeare, a locally prominent merchant, and Mary Arden, daughter of a Roman Catholic member of the landed gentry. In 1582, he married a farmer's daughter named Anne Hathaway.
It's a different Anne Hathaway.
That's just pretty hard. Shakespeare arrived in London in 1588. By 1592, he had achieved success as an actor and a playwright. There he dictated to his secretary, Rudolf Hess, the work Mein Kampf, in which he set forth his program for the restoration of Germany to a dominant position in Europe. After reoccupying the Rhineland zone between France and Germany and annexing Austria, the Sudetenland, and the remainder of Czechoslovakia, Shakespeare invaded Poland on September 1939, thus precipitating World War II. I had no idea. Yeah. Shakespeare was assassinated in 1964 in Texas, right outside the book's suppository.
No! Let's go. Good show! Oh, wait, okay, one more announcement. One more announcement, ladies and gentlemen. As we are in what's typically called the Bible Belt of America and at a Christian university, we want to make sure that our show is, clean and not offensive in any way possible that we can, attempt. So, in that sense, we're going to edit and omit from the stage, wherever possible, the following 7 deadly sins: pride,
Lust,
envy,
lust,
gluttony,
lust,
wrath,
lust,
greed,
lust,
slack,
lust,
lust,
lust.
lust. Without any further ado, we are proud to present the complete works of William Shakespeare, abridged.
Women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and each man in his time plays many parts. Each man in his time plays many parts. How true, ladies and gentlemen, how true. Where better to begin our exploration of the greatest poet, playwright in the English language than in Verona, Italy, with one of his most beloved plays, Romeo and Juliet. Now, it would be impossible for us to portray all of the roles of Romeo and Juliet with just 3 actors, which is why we're going to use 2. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew and Travis will attempt to portray all the major character roles of Romeo and Juliet, while I fill in with bits of narration. Now, after extensive textual research and analysis, we've decided to begin our abbreviated version of Romeo and Juliet with
The prologue. 2 households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene.
From ancient grudge break to new mutiny. Arg.
Where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. Yada, yada, yada. Bury their parents' strife.
Act 1, Scene 1. In the street meet two men, tall and handsome. One Benvolio, the other Samson. Their hatred fueled by an ancient feud. For one serves Capulet, the other Montague. Duh. Let's get ready to rumble! For the Capulet, we have weighing in at 475 pounds, all 5'10" of him, Andrew Macho Man Benvolio! And for the Montague, weighing in at 475 pounds, the mere man himself, all 4'3", Travis Paul Samson!
Ooh, it's him. I hate him. I swear I'm going to snap him like a Slim Jim.
Ooh, it's him. I hate his family, hate his dog, hate them all.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir?
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir?
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb, but I do not bite my thumb at you, sir.
Do you crawl, sir?
No, sir, but I serve as good a man as you.
No better.
Yes, better.
You lie.
What's that?
Come on. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Uh-oh, it's the Prince.
No.
Oh, sorry. The character formerly known as Prince. What's he doing? He skipped a whole bunch of stuff.
Go there.
Yeah, all right, okay. Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray. But see, here he comes. Oh. Romeo, he cried, I'll know his grievance or be much denied. Good morrow, cuz.
Ay me, is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
Oh, but sadness lengthens thy hours.
What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which makes them good.
In short, in love?
Out
of love.
of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so rough and tyrannous in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should without eyes see pathways to its will.
Oh. Go ye to the feast of the Capulets. There sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so lovest, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and I shall compare her faith with thunder. Go thither. Go to the dance, and I shall make thee think thy swan a crow.
I don't know.
Free beer.
Now to the feast of Capulet, where Romeo is doomed to meet his Juliet, and where in a scene of timeless romance, he'll try to get into Juliet's pants.
Teach us the torches to burn bright. Do my heart love till now? Oh, forswear its sight, for I ne'er follow true beauty till this night. If I profane with my unworthiest hand the gentle shrine, the gentle fine is this. My lips, like two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, thy do wrong thy hands too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints' lips and holy palmers too?
I pilgrim lips that they must use in prayer.
Then let lips do what hands do.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayers effect I take.
And from my lips the sins that they have took.
Oh, sin from my lips. Give me my sin again.
I'm going to kiss you, Travis.
It's in the script.
Oh! You kiss by the book. Coming, mother.
What are you doing?
Balcony scene. Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy... I don't know what you're looking at, buddy. Or if thou wilt not be but sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. Oh, what's in a name anyway? That which we call a nose by any other name would still smell.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and henceforth I shall be new baptized. I never again...
Hey, sorry. Could you just say that line again? I'm sorry. Just say that line again. Yeah, just go ahead.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and henceforth I shall be... I'm missing something.
Call you butt love.
It's call me but love.
Okay, we'll call you butt love.
I shall be new baptized.
Ladies and gentlemen, butt love. What man art thou? Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
Oh, wilt thou love me then? Oh, I know that thou wilt say aye, and I will take thee at thy word. But Romeo, if thou dost love it, pronounce it faithfully.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear.
Oh, swear not by the moon.
Oh, I swear by.
Her.
Lady, by yonder blessed virgin, I swear.
No, do not swear at all. I take no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too sudden, too unadvised, too like the lightning that doth cease to be ere one can say it light and sweet. Good night. Sweet. Good night. Yo, butt love.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vows for mine.
I did give thee thine before thy did. Whoa, hey. Second basis or second date, sweetie? 3 words and then good night indeed, gentle Romeo. If thy bent of love be honorable, if thy purpose marriage, send word tomorrow. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Rally it is. Goodbye, but love.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes and peace in thy breast. Oh, that I were sleep in peace, so sweet to rest.
Though Romeo did swoon with love, by Cupid he'd been crippled. But Juliet had a loathsome cause, whose loathsome name was Tybalt.
Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain. Turn and draw.
Tybalt, I never injured thee, but loved thee better than better than thou canst devise.
All right, here, boy. I'm for you. Take 10 steps, turn and draw. Oh! I am slain.
It went off too soon.
Yeah, that's right. You skipped all of this stuff. I know. Just go here. Go. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay. Moving right along. From Tybalt's death onward, the lovers are cursed, despite the best efforts of friar and nurse. Their fates pursue them, they can't seem to duck it. And at the end of Act 5, they both kick the bucket.
Gallop apace, ye fiery-footed steed, and bring in cloudy night immediately. Oh, come thou night, come civil night, come Romeo, thou day and night, come gentle night, thou loving black-browed night. Oh, Night, 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 night. Come, 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 come. I didn't write this crap. And bring me my Romeo. It is my nurse. Oh, nurse, what news?
Oh, alack the day, he's gone, he's killed, he's dead.
Could heaven be so envious?
Romeo, Romeo, who would have ever thought it Romeo?
What devil art thou to torment me thus? This torture should be roared in dismal hell. Hath Romeo slain himself? He's dead, he's gone, he's dead, he's killed, he's dead, he's gone. What are you doing tonight?
God save the mark I saw it with mine own eyes, here in his manly breast.
Oh, is Romeo slaughtered and Tybalt slain, my dear loved cousin and my dearer love? Then dreadful trumpets sound the general doom.
No, no, Tybalt is dead and Romeo banished. Romeo who killed Tybalt, Romeo is banished.
Oh, crap. Hath Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did.
Well, now, Romeo lives who Tybalt would have slain. Well, that's good, isn't it? I said that's good, isn't it? Yeah. Straight. And now Tybalt is slain who would have killed my husband. Well, that's good, isn't it? No. Yeah, it's kind of good. But why do I feel like poopy? Oh, it's not a good day for Juliet. It's an icky, poo-poo, caca, wee-wee, pee-pee, weebles wobble, but they don't fall down day. Oh, Friar Lawrence, Romeo is banished and Tybalt is slain, and I've got cramps and I'm not so fresh feel.
Juliet, take thou this vile and distilled liquor, and drink thou often. And presently thou feel a cold and a drowsy a humor running through thy veins.
Whoa. Whoa. I feel the cold and the drowsy humor running through my veins.
I told you so.
Ooh. Wow. Kind of weird. Oh no. Oh, it's like eating a ponderosa.
Oh, my love. Death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath no power on thy beauty yet. Juliet, why art thou yet so fair?
I don't know, just lucky, I guess.
Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, to keep thee here in the dark to be his paramour? Ah, I follow thee. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss I die. Thus, with a kiss I die.
Oh, good morning. Oh, where is my love? There he is. What's this? A cup closed in my true love's hand? Poison hath been his timeless end. Oh, churl, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. Then I will be brief. Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath. Well, that's Romeo for you. Ow!
morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show its head. Go forth and have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was there a story of more woe than this. Juliet and Romeo. And Romeo and Juliet are dead! Good day!
Now, in preparing this unprecedented complete work show, we have encountered this problem. How to make these musty 400-year-old plays accessible to the modern audience. Now, one popular trend is to take Shakespeare's plays and transpose them into modern settings. Now, we've seen examples of this, such as In a Galaxy Far, Far Away, Nazi concentration camps, even New Jersey. Now, in that vein, Kyle has traced the roots of Shakespeare's symbolism in the context of a pre-Nietzscheism society, contrasted with the complete otherness of the metaphysical mores and the ethical subconscious of an agrarian race. Get that? No? Okay, well, we'll present Shakespeare's first tragedy, Titus Andronicus, as a cooking show.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to Roman Meals. I'm your host, Titus Androgynous. Now, when you've had a bad day, your right hand chopped off, your boy is murdered, your daughter defiled and her tongue cut out and both of her hands chopped off, well, the last thing you want to do is cook. Unless you cook the rapist and serve him to his mother at a dinner party. My daughter, you and I are going to show you how. Hallelujah.
Lady mother.
How y'all doing today?
Oh, mother, I have my own chopped off.
We are going to get our revenge, aren't we? Now, give me a hand with this boy. And just shove him on over here. Okay, now, Hark, villain, I'm going to grind your bones to powder small, and then I'm going to add about a tub of butter, 4 cups of sugar, and then I'm going to make a paste of your bones, and then I'm going to make a pastry of your shameful head. Come, Lavinia, receive the blood. Now, it's important to remember to make a nice clean incision from carotid artery to jugular vein like so.
Oh, that's really gross, mother.
Now, it's important to remember that the human body has about 4 quarts of blood in it, so when he is dead, which should be right about now, I will grind his bones, and then I will add my butter and add my sugar, and I will bake it at about 40 minutes at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes, and you'll have this lovely human head pie that I have prepared earlier with serving suggestion, ladyfinger fritters for dessert. Now, who's going to be the first to eat? Come on, y'all. Come, gracious Lord, come, dread Queen, we'll please you eat, we'll please you feed. It's finger licking good. That's about all the time we have. Join me next week when my guest chef Timmy of Athens will teach us how to make ratatouille out of the Merry Wives of Windsor. Until then, bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
I hope none of you were too offended by Titus Andronicus. It seems as though Shakespeare went through an early blood and guts period. In fact, no doubt if he were alive today, he'd be in Hollywood working on Titus Andronicus 9, just desserts. Well, let's move on to some of Shakespeare's more mature plays, as made evident in his dark and brooding tragedy, Othello, the Moor of Venice.
Speak of me as I am. Let nothing extenuate as one who loved not wisely, but too well. For never was there a story of more woe than this of Othello and his Desdemona. No.
No! Oh! Oh, Desi! Desi! Oh!
What? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. We left Andrew on his own to research this play. He seems to have Googled the word moor and found out that it was a place where you tie up boats.
I can Google it. I wikied it.
Which in this context is completely pea-brained, because in the 16th century, the word Moor referred to a person of African descent.
I'm an idiot.
Okay, now obviously it's going to be a little difficult for us to perform Othello the Moor of Venice because, well, obvious reasons. Okay, I'm from the Midwest.
It's translucent.
He's very translucent, and he has no rhythm. Basically, we're honkies.
We're honkies.
So, I'm going to skip Othello and go, where do we want to go to?
Wait, no. Look, guys, look. Hey, I've got an idea. Just put this stuff on and just join in. It's better than the boats. It's completely boatless. Just, I'm gonna get started, and you guys just jump in, okay? All right? Okay. Here it goes. Here's a story of a brother by the name of Othello. He liked white women and he liked limoncello.
And a punk named Iago who made himself a menace because he didn't like Othello, the Moor of Venice.
Now Othello got married to Desdemona.
He took up for the war and he left her alone.
It was a Mona.
A Grona.
He left her alone.
He didn't write a letter and he didn't tell a story. Justin Bieber?
He's blinging.
Now, Othello loved Desi like Adonis loved Venus.
And Desi loved Othello because he had a...
But Iago had a plan that was clever and slick. He was crafty.
He was sly.
He was sort of a... Richard? Sure.
He said, I'm going to chef a Moor.
How you gonna do it? Tell us.
Well, I know his tragic flaw is that he's too dang jealous. Need a duple, need a double, need a kind of schmo.
You find a Trump sucker by the name of Cassio.
And he plants on him Desdemona's handkerchief.
So Othello gets to wondering just maybe if, while he's been out fighting,
Commanded an army.
A Desi and Cass played hot does salami.
So he come back home and he smothered the witch.
He thinks he pulled it off without a hitch.
but there's Amelia at the door.
Who we met in Act 4.
You say you big dummy, she wasn't no hoe. She was pure, she was clean, she was
virginal too. So why you have to go and make her face turn blue?
It's true.
One time.
It's you.
2 times.
What you gonna do when Othello say,
Dang, this is getting pretty scary.
So he pulled out his blade and committed Harry Carey.
Iago got off on a technicality,
moved to Hollywood.
And got his own TV.
show that is
Prime time.
HBO.
Desperate Houseboats.
Peace! Let's move away from Shakespeare's tragedies for a while and do some of his comedies. How about that?
Yeah.
Comedy!
Comedy.
Okay, Shakespeare, when he was doing his comedies, borrowed greatly from the traditions of the Roman plays of Plautus and Terence, Ovid's Metamorphoses, which are hysterically not funny, and the rich Italian tradition of Commedia dell'arte. He was a genius at borrowing and adapting plot devices from these other theatrical traditions.
I mean, isn't that called plagiarism?
Shakespeare did not plagiarize. He distilled.
Whatever, he was a big cheater.
I mean, it doesn't take a genius to take 5 ideas and milk them into 16 plays.
Yeah, seriously, like I can't keep any of them separate. What is the one with the big shipwreck and the identical twins and the big wedding at the end?
Oh yeah, that's all of them.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Obviously, Shakespeare should have written one exemplary play instead of 16 really crappy ones. Which is why I have taken the liberty of condensing all of Shakespeare's comedic diarrhea into one single solid narrative, which I have chosen to entitle The Comedy of Two Well-Measured Gentlemen Lost in Merry Wives of Venice on a Midsummer's Twelfth Night in Winter,
Or Cymbeline taming Pericles, the merchant in The Tempest of Love, as much as you like it for nothing.
Or 4 weddings and a Kardashian.
Really getting the Kardashians hard tonight.
Yeah, I'll join the club.
Act 1. A Bohemian duke swears an oath of celibacy, turns the rule of the city over to his tyrannical brother, and sets sail for the golden age of Greece. While rounding the heel of Italy, the duke's ship is caught in a terrible tempest that casts him up on a desert island along with his sweet, innocent, and clueless young daughter.
Oh, dear father. I am so lonely and pubescent on this island. I am sad, boo-hoo, and frisky, rawr.
Oh, precious daughter. Watch out for symbols of colonial oppression lurking in caves and waiting for virgins.
Okay, bye-bye.
The duke's long-lost son, a handsome, dashing, clueless young merchant, is also shipwrecked, coincidentally, on the very same island.
How shall I survive without funds in this strange foreign land? I know, I must needs find me an old Jew. Behold, here cometh the convenient Judeo-Italian stereotype now.
Hey, what's the matter with you, eh? Need a payday loan, Bubby?
The wicked Jew tricks the merchant into putting down his brains as collateral on the loan.
Such a deal.
Act 2. Fearing ravishment, the clueless young princess disguises herself as a boy and becomes page to a handsome, dashing, clueless young soldier.
You there, boy?
Yes? Yes.
You shall woo the Lady Be Olivia for me, for she is shrewish and I am sick with love.
I too feel phlegmy down there. For while I may not speak it aloud, I do love thee, though I am a boy.
I swingeth not that way, boy. Deliver this letter to Olivia. Go hence.
Whence?
Hie thee hither from hence to thence.
Act 3. The beautiful, virginal, and clueless young princess arrives in Mandrag to woo the Lady Be Olivia.
It is I, the witchy shrew Be Olivia. Come hither.
Whither?
Hither from zither. If you come in, I'll show you my zither.
Act 4. On the 12th night of midsummer, a punkish sprite leads all the lovers deep into a forest and squeezes the aphroditic juice of a hermaphroditic flower in their eyes. The queen of the fairies seduces a rude mechanical who has the head of a nurse.
Yeah, but I have the arse of a man.
Act 5. In the ensuing animalistic party, the princess's man clothes get ripped off, revealing a smoking lady bod. The merchant recognizes his sister.
My nearly identical twin.
My long-lost and strangely attractive brother.
The shrew realizes she's bi-curious.
Oh, brave new world.
The Jew exits, pursued by a bear.
Boy, a bear.
And they all get married in the state of Massachusetts and go out to dinner. Now, give us your hands if we be friends, for all is well that finally ends.
All right, I think we want to move back to Shakespeare's tragedies now. Does that sound good?
Yeah, tragedy!
Yes, tragedies. Yeah, we're going to move back now, and basically we found that Shakespeare's comedies aren't half as funny as his tragedies. Take, for example, Shakespeare's Scottish play.
No!
Sorry.
For those of you who don't know, it's alleged that by saying the name of Shakespeare's Scottish play inside of a theater, that, well, it's cursed. That is, unless you're talking about an actual production of the show. So fortunately for you folks, not only do we do a production of Macbeth, but we do... You okay?
I'm good.
Fortunately, we not only do a production of Macbeth... That's gotta hurt. All right?
Yeah.
We do a production of Macbeth, and we do... Bad luck there. Not only do we do a production of...
Scottish play. Scottish play.
Okay, the Scottish play. But we do so in perfect Scottish accents. I'm in Gryffindor.
Double toil and trouble, don't you know?
Stay in perfect McSpeaker. Then tell me, McMore.
Macbeth, Macbeth, beware Macduff, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth, till Burnham wood do come to Dunsinane. Don't you know?
Ah! Well, that's dead great. Then what may need me die to kill me doof?
Hey! See you, Jimmy! And knew that I was from me mother's womb untimely ripped. What do you think about that?
Ah! I do not like it. But they say she's got the right to choose. Lay on your glad his knees! Yay! Okay.
Ah, Macbeth! You killed me wife. You murdered my babies. You shot in me stew.
I deny.
Ah, you did. I had to throw half of it away. Behold where lies the usurper's cursed head. Macbeth, he arses out the windy. And know that never was there a story of more blood and death than this, O Mr. and Mrs. Macbeth. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Julius Caesar was a much beloved tyrant.
All hail Julius Caesar!
Hail, citizens, and pizza.
Who was born by a soothsayer.
Beware the Ides of Marches, precious.
Caesar, however, chose to ignore the warning.
What the heck are the Ides of March?
The 15th of March is, you stupid fat hobbit.
That's today.
Et tu, Brute! Friends, Romans, countrymen, I come to bury Caesar. So let's bury him and get on with my part. Antony and Cleopatra!
Is this an asp I see before me?
Oh!
Oh no. Oh no. That hurts.
What are you doing?
It's an interpretation.
Barfing is not.
They were into it.
Antony and Cleopatra has nothing to do with gastrointestinal distress. It is a trans-global thriller about the geopolitical power struggle in the ancient Mediterranean.
Transglobal. Man, I love Shakespeare's transglobal stuff. Like, what was that one that Shakespeare wrote that totally predicted wireless communication in the 21st century?
What?
It was Two Mobile Kinsmen. Yeah, it was awesome.
No. Andrew, Shakespeare wrote a play called Two Noble Kinsmen.
Not too mobile kinsmen.
Two Noble Kinsmen.
Listen, no, it was mobile. I know it because the two kinsmen were Bill Gates and Steve Jobs.
No. The two kinsmen are two cousins who are in love with the same woman.
Oh, okay. And so they were like, texting each other. You're my BFF. LOL. What the hell? WTH. I never heard of that play.
I'm not surprised. It's not one of his better known plays. It's kind of one of the obscure ones of the epoch.
You better explain that to all of them.
Okay. Antony and Cleopatra falls into that category of play that we scholars like to refer to as the Apocrypha. Sometimes the obscure plays, or maybe the lesser plays, or
just the bad plays.
But not all of the Apocrypha are without merit. In fact, one, Troilus and Cressida, is hardly crap at all. And I go into great depth and detail discussing it in my soon-to-be-released manuscript, I Love My Willie, which I'd like to whip out for you right now.
No!
Stop! The manuscript, guys.
What all do you keep in your pants?
Sandwich, bag of chips, marker for later. I was thinking maybe like we could just do a scholarly approach to this.
Okay, I got an idea though. I think it's a little bit better. Well, let's see if we can do a performance art, interpretive dance kind of thing.
Yes, I love interpretive performance art. It's so pretentious.
Straightforward, scholarly approach. Forget it.
Yeah, okay. You go ahead and read, we'll interpret.
Troilus and Cressida was written in 1603, published in quarto in 1604, and appears as part of the second folio edition. Although the first folio edition is some 166 lines longer than the second folio edition of... What are you doing? What are you doing? My manuscript has nothing to do with dynamite and pink flamingos. It discusses the fact that all of Shakespeare's plays were written by a monkey at a typewriter, and it is groundbreaking work.
Okay, all right, fine. But is there anything in that little willy thingy of yours that has anything at all to do with the plot?
What kind of a scholar do you think I am? I discussed the plot in great detail in the footnote on page 6.
That's
Right
the kind
here.
of scholar I think you are.
Okay, Troilus, youngest son of Priam, king of Troy.
All right, fine. You be Troilus and you be the king.
Loves Cressida.
I'll get the wig.
He has arranged a meeting with her uncle Pandarus, although she feigns indifference. She is...
Have to feign indifference?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Agamemnon, the Greek commander, has
Living! This is the kind of stuff kids hate to study in school because it's so boring.
Seriously, as soon as you said Agamemnon, right, I was asleep. Look, I'm sorry. I told these guys before we went on, I said, look, I will not do dry, boring, vomitless Shakespeare for these people.
You don't even know these people.
That's not true. I got to hang out with them before the show, and look over there. There's Lillian, and she came a long way. She drove like an hour and a half to be here tonight. Probably wasn't worth the gas money. And then there's let me see. Who else? There's Stephen back there who said he's blowing off studying for his test this weekend to come to the show tonight. And then there's little Timmy right in the back there. He thought he was coming to see Little Shop of Horrors tonight, and he's really bummed out. The bottom line is I care too much about these people.
What's your point?
The point is I don't want to see him turned off to Shakespeare. I mean, that's what happened to me. I remember back when I was in school, looking out the window, and I should have been studying Shakespeare and watching all the other kids playing ball, and I just remember thinking, man, why can't Shakespeare be more like sports?
Sports? Where are you going with this?
No, listen, sports they're visceral. They're exciting to watch. Take the histories, for example, with all those kings and queens, killing each other and the crown passing from one generation to another. It's exactly like playing football, except you do it with a crown.
They are kind of similar.
Yeah.
I can actually see that.
Can we do it?
Let's do it. Why not? Let's do it.
All
Let's
right.
have some royal horse. 25, 42, Richard III, Henry VI, part 1, 2, 3, huh!
And the crown is snapped to Richard II, that well-spoken 16th century monarch. He's spreading by fast, but there's a heavy rush from King John!
Oh, my gross flesh sinks downward.
And the crown is in the air, and Henry VI comes up with it!
Victory is mine!
But he's interviewed by King John, that rarely performed player of the 12th century. Oh, he's killing him out there. This could be the end of the War of the Roses cycle.
King John is in the clear.
My soul had elbow room!
He's at the 40, the 30, the 20. Oh, he's poisoned on the 10-yard line. Looks like he's out for the game. In for him now is number 72, King Lear.
Divide we our kingdom in 3. Cordelia, you go long.
Penalty marker on the field. Fictional character on the playing field. Lear is disqualified and he's not happy about it. Lining up now is that father-son team of Henry IV and Prince Hal. Center snaps to the quarterback. Quarterback gives to the hunchback. Looks like Richard III's limp is giving him trouble.
A horse, my kingdom for a horse!
There's a pileup on the track.
Fumble! And Henry VIII comes up with it. He's in the 20, the 15, the 10. He stops at the 5 to chop off his wife's head. Touchdown for the Red Rose! Oh my, you gotta believe it. I'm like 2 minutes.
Ready? Okay! Richard III, Henry IV, the whole royal family is bringing up sir, especially Charles! Yay! Hey, house lights, I need to see.
What are you doing?
Hold on, let me see. That's your program?
What are you doing?
I just want to look at the list of the plays. Here, just put the programs. We may have done them all already. Sweet. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
That'd be great. Yeah, because we did, and we might be able to, let you out a little early tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we did all the histories just then.
Yeah, we did the comedies in along.
It's a tragedy, right? Titus Andronicus, All the Blood.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Romeo and Juliet we did.
Yeah.
Tullus and Cressida.
Right.
Yeah.
Julius Caesar, we did that one as
Yeah.
well. Othello, we rapped.
Right.
There was in a football game.
Yeah.
Macbeth.
Yeah.
Scottish accents. Antony and Cleopatra.
Yeah, I vomited on that lady right there.
Sorry about that. Okay. Timon of Athens, I mentioned.
Yeah. Right.
Coriolanus.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to do that one.
Why, what's wrong with Coriolanus?
What's the anus part? I think it's offensive.
Okay, so we skip the anus part. All right. Awesome.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
All right. Hey,
Oh,
thank you
thank
all.
you.
It's been great.
Thank you.
Coming out. I would like to say there are a
Thank
few things on your program. If you want to just some thank yous that we gave to people up in the. Hamlet.
Hamlet.
How do we forget Hamlet?
I don't know. Who put it on the back of the program?
Andrew.
Look, Shakespeare didn't write Hamlet, did he?
Yes, he did.
Thought it was a Mel Gibson movie.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've done 36 so far. 1 to go. Hamlet, the greatest play ever written in the English language. A play of such lofty and poetic.
Kyle, no, I can't. Listen, Hamlet is really intense. I'm not up for it right now.
Andrew, we have done 36 already. We have 1 to go.
Listen, it was the football game. It left me emotionally and physically drained. I don't think I could do it justice.
Have you been watching the rest of this? We don't have to do it justice. We just got to do it.
I don't want to do it.
Andrew, our show is called The Complete Works of William Shakespeare. I think they would like to see Hamlet, right?
Okay, all right. We'll just call it The Complete Works of William Shakespeare, except Hamlet. Well, look, if you guys want to do it, you go up there and do it. I'm just gonna sit right here with my friend here. Excuse me, can I sit? Come on, share.
Come on, Andrew.
Okay, no! Do not let go. Let go of our ass. Don't let go! All right. Okay, all right.
Just don't touch me.
Are you okay?
We're going to do
Fine.
it.
All right.
Fine.
Okay, let's go to the battle at Belsamore Castle with guards scene. We need a Horatio and a Bernardo.
Gotcha.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
They got their own play. We'll skip them.
Okay, I'll play. Andrew! Andrew, get back here! Andrew! 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 Which way to go? Andrew! 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 I missed it. No! I'll kill it! I will kill it! Here we got us already. I'm not turning off the Shakespeare there. Get back here!
Would you guys believe that Kyle's usually a lot faster than Andrew? Hold on, hold on. All right. Who's there? Nate, stand and unfold yourself. Bernardo. This isn't working. Horse walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Mind your own face." You're gonna like this. Let me tell you, I had a dream the other night. And it's a typical actor's anxiety dream, okay? You know what I'm saying? And here's what it was. We were here in this theater, like tonight, and we were doing this show for you guys. It was going great. It was going great. And then, all of a sudden, well, we realized that we hadn't really read about these plays and didn't really know what we were talking about. But that's okay. But then, it got weirder. Andrew and Kyle just disappeared. Shh, gone. And I was left up here on stage in front of this whole crowd with an hour to fill. And then it was intermission. And then the lights went out. And I was naked.
Society go for classical poetry, so to win their hearts one must quote Whitney's.
Hey, did you guys have a good intermission? Yeah? Great, great. See some of you still coming in. You can barely see it lining up here. That's okay. You guys have some concessions out there? No? Nobody brought any food and drink in here, right? Nope. Right on with that, okay. Hey, how's the line at the ladies' room? Pretty long? Hey, what's up with that? I mean, you'd think they'd make that bigger or something so there's more, opportunities, so to speak. That just seems like that would get annoying after a while, having to wait in line and everything. So, all right, is everybody kind of coming back in? Great. All right. Well, I have to tell you this. All right, you forgot to turn the cell phone back off. Sorry, that's mine. Yeah. Oh, hey, it's Kyle. Hey there. Where are you? The bus stop. Okay. You have Andrew. Yes. All right. Great. All right. So, can I talk to him, please? Thanks. What are you doing? Get back up here. What? I'm sorry. How are you? I'm fine too, thank you. No, I'm not fine. Because I'm standing up here in front of all these people who are waiting for you to be up here to do Hamlet. Lillian says you better get back up here and do what you're supposed to and be a good little boy. Yes, that does sound like something Lillian would say. Okay, you're going to do it? Great. All right. So I'll see. What? No, I'm not naked. All right. Put Kyle back on the phone, please. Thank you. Hey, how far out are you? What am I supposed to do to Lady? Okay, all right, so let me, what? I'm not naked. All right, so you guys come on back. And remember, don't give Andrew any sugar because of it. Hello? Hello? Well, the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, they're on their way back. The bad news is, I've got to stall, cover something else for a few minutes while we're waiting. And so I thought what we could do is cover Shakespeare's sonnets. Now, Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets. And the way that I thought we could do this is, well, see, I've actually condensed all of them down onto this 3x5 index card. And so I thought that what we'll do is I'll just give this to you first, okay? You take it, read it, enjoy it, really understand what they're all about. And then you pass it to the person next to you, okay? You do the same thing, and then you pass it to the person. And we're going to go back and forth. John Andrew, ladies and gentlemen!
Okay, so that's so many words. Andrew, no Hamlet forwards and backwards, okay? Just I hate Hamlet.
Yeah, Whoa. Backstage, please. I'll take the intro out here. Can I have some mood lighting, please? Set the stage. The greatest play ever written in the English language. The tragedy of Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark. The place? Denmark. The time? 12th, maybe 13th century, round about midnight. 2 guards, enter. Two guards, enter.
No.
Andrew, no, oh. Whoa.
Who's there?
Nay, stand in and bolt yourself.
Long live the king.
Bernardo?
He. 'Tis now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Horatio.
For this relief, much thanks.
Hearken, Horatio, would be spoke to.
By heaven, I charge thee, speak! 'Tis gone!
Was about to speak when the sock crew.
Break we our watch up. And let us impart what we've seen tonight unto Hamlet, Prince of Denmark.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt. Fall and resolve itself to do. That it should come to this, so loving to my mother. Frailty, thy name is woman! Yeah, you married my uncle, my father's brother, the funeral baked meat did coldly furnish on the marriage table!
My lord!
Horatio! Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio. In my mind's eye.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
The king, your father.
The king, my father? Where was this?
On the platform while we watched.
All was not well. I will watch tonight. Perchance 'twill walk again. Would the night would come. Oh, thanks. Yeah, right shrewdly, it is bitter cold.
Look, lord, where it comes!
Angels and ministers of grace defend us! Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Mark me.
Speak, I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou dost hear. If ever thou didst thy dear father love, revenge is most foul and unnatural. Murder. The serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
My uncle!
Your uncle!
Let not the royal bed of Denmark become a couch for incest.
Incest?
Couch!
Adieu, Hamlet. Remember me.
My lord, this is strange.
There are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosopher, Horatio. So, piss off!
Oh,
I hereafter shall think me to put an antic disposition on. Oh, time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite that ever I was born! To exit right.
Neither a borrower nor a lender be. Thank you.
Now, Ophelia, is something the matter?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all embraced, no hat upon his head, pale as his shirt, and with his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous and purpose, as if he'd been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love?
I wish.
Why, this is the very ecstasy of love. I have found the cause of Hamlet's lunacy. Since brevity is the soul of wit, I will be brief. He is mad. Oh, look you where the poor man comes from. Away, I do beseech you.
I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Oh, excellent. Well, God have mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Oh, yes, you are a fishmonger.
What do you read, my lord?
Oh, words. Words. Words.
Though this be madness, yet there's method in't.
Daddy, the players here, and they want to talk to you about the play within the plaything, and I have no idea what they're talking about, so you better get back and you better hurry. Hi, Hamlet.
I am mad. North, northwest. When the wind is suddenly I know from a handsaw. I shall have these players play something like the murder of my father before my uncle. If he does but blench, I know my course. The play's the thing where it'll catch the conscience of the king! To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing in them, to die, to sleep, or just to take a nap because you can't understand what he was thinking. I mean, really, Ben's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. I'm telling you, he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know it.
I'm so sorry, ladies and
Guys,
gentlemen.
yeah, Kyle, listen. Travis and I were talking backstage, and you don't have to go on with the speech if you don't want to.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, guys, but Kyle's been under a lot of stress lately. The speech is really intense, okay? And there's someone near to him who's just not in the picture anymore.
That Ben is a moron.
Kyle's a big fan of The Bachelor, and he just thinks Ben's recently just made some terrible choices. It's really eating at him. So it's okay, look, you don't have to do it. And look, I'm sorry. If anyone feels ripped off, all right? But honestly, we think the speech is kind of overrated. I mean, Hamlet's supposed to be thinking about killing his uncle, instead he's thinking about killing himself, and frankly, we just think it weakens the character. So we're just going to skip that speech.
We'll just go on to a later point. Oh, but we've got that other scene we got to do.
Right, the what a piece of work is man speech.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's all right. Look, no, it's no big deal. There's just this one speech that goes, I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all of my mirth. Forgone all custom of exercise, and indeed it goes so heavy with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look ye. This brave overhanging firmament, this majestic roof fretted with golden fire, while it seems to me no more than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is man. How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like an angel. In apprehension, how like a god. the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights, not me.
So we'll just skip that one.
Yes.
Let's go on to, oh no! We gotta do the get thee to a nunnery scene.
Guys, I'm not in the right costume. Let's just move on to something else.
We've got to do that scene. I mean, it's central to the plot of the.
Well, guys, look, it's a very difficult scene. I'm not up to it. All right?
Look, I mean, it's an easy part. I mean, Ophelia is easy. You can come out here.
Whoa, no, she's not, and neither's the character.
Andrew, what I meant was, I mean, anybody can play Ophelia. I mean, my mother could play Ophelia. That lady out there could play Ophelia. Anybody can play Ophelia if we wanted to.
You know what? I'm gonna get her because you two girls are driving me nuts.
What? Hey, come on and make you do your speech. You just can't bring some bozo up on stage.
She volunteered. She volunteered. Hi, what's your name? Angie, I'm Kyle. Nice to meet you. Do you mind if I call you Bob? It's a little easier for us to remember. You good with that? I'm going to have to do it anyways because I can't think of anything else. All right. Okay, so Bob, here's the deal. In our version of this play, it's really simple.
It's incredibly difficult.
In our version of this play, it's really simple. Okay, what's going on? Hamlet is had this relationship with Ophelia, and she's kind of going crazy. And
He's being a jerk.
Okay, and so what's going on with his mother and his father and his uncle and all this stuff? He's kind of just like, finally at the point, he's like, Ophelia, get out of my life. And he just says, get thee to a nunnery. Now, in our version, I say, get thee to a nunnery, and all she does is scream. Yeah, all she does is scream. Okay. Oh, you want to give it a try? Good. Hey! Okay. Let me step into character. Get thee to a nunnery!
Wasn't? Oh, look, I don't mean to be catty. You're not an actress, and frankly, it shows. I mean, you obviously had no idea what was going on inside Ophelia's head.
Okay, because actors use what we call subtext.
Or inner monologue.
Right, and that's what you didn't have, and as a result, your performance was flat and one-dimensional. But you showed a lot of courage, a lot of heart, a lot of what Shakespeare would call chutzpah. I think we can workshop this. Hey, can we have some house lights? Why don't we use the audience? Thank you. Why don't we use the audience to create a supportive environment for Bob here? All right? What we're going to do is we're going to use you guys to act out what's going on inside Ophelia's head. We'll divide you guys up into Ophelia's id, ego, and superego.
Yeah, like a Freudian analysis.
Yes, a Floridian analysis.
I'm going to work on the id.
Party for a second?
Yeah, all right. Yes, come on. All right, so you're going to be the ego. All right. And at this point in the play, Ophelia's ego is confused, it's flighty, it's ego on the run.
So we're going to, what's your name?
Zach.
Zach, okay. We call you Bob, just makes it easier.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Bob, here's the deal. We're going to symbolize this by just having you run back and forth in front of Ophelia. Okay? Just back and forth, back and forth. You want to give it a try here? We're going to start right here, and back and forth, down to Travis and back to me. Go! Good, run.
There you go. Bit of an egomaniac on our hands. All right, now I'm going to do Ophelia's id. So here's what I want to do. I want the first 2 rows of only the center section, okay? First 2 rows only. I want you guys to put your hands up in the air like this. Now at this time, Ophelia's id is wishy-washy. Okay, it's a wash in a sea of alternatives. So the way we're going to do this, I want you guys to start waving your hands back and forth. And I want you to say what I'm about to say exactly like what I'm about to say. Maybe not, maybe not. Okay, all right. Save some for later.
Yeah, well, excuse me, sir. I mean, what was your deal? It's kind of like a... like everybody else got their arms up and they're like, whoa, man, man. You're like, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, you know, since you couldn't play well with others, you know what that means? You're gonna have to do it all by yourself.
Keep in mind,
Arms in the air.
nobody's watching you.
Nobody's watching. Hey, are we ready?
I feel so much love in this room. All right, we're going to use the rest of you to be Ophelia's superego, all right? And so the superego, it's made up of those real strong, moralistic voices inside your head. Like I said, they're very strong, very difficult to shake. In fact, you know, some people never shake them their whole lifetime, sort of like, you know, Scientology. That wasn't you guys over here, Kyle and Travis are going to help me out. So everybody from Kyle to Travis, you're going to be section A. Everyone from Kyle to Travis, behind the first two rows, will be section B. And then everyone from Kyle to Travis will be section C. Not too bloody difficult, is it? All right, section A. We're going to use you to represent the masculine part of Ophelia's superego, okay, the animus, so to speak. So we need you to say Hamlet's line, "Get thee to a nunnery." All right? So section A, we're going to give that a try. Ready? Section A.
Get thee to a nunnery.
It was a little pathetic.
Work with us. Section A, we need you to be strong. We need you to be strident. All right? Section A.
Yeah. It was absolutely pathetic.
All right, section B.
Section B.
Yeah, you're going to be the voice of vanity, okay? And you're just going to say, you know, Ophelia, do something with yourself. You know, put on some makeup, do some no offense, this is straight out of the Shakespearean text. And so your line is going to be paint an inch thick, all right? So section B, are you ready? And
Paint an inch thick.
Section A could learn a lot from section B. Section C. You're the most important part, all right? Because we're going to use you to draw all this into a modern context. Because we want, you know, Ophelia to be relevant for women of today. All right, so maybe she wants power, but she doesn't want to lose her femininity. You know, maybe she wants to be a corporate executive, but she wants to have babies at the same time. And somewhere deep in her psyche, she's tired of being this waifish hippie chick. And she just feels like saying, look, cut the crap, Hamlet. My biological clock is ticking and I want babies now. Let's just have to say that.
All that?
Sure. You guys are going to say, cut the crap, Hamlet. My biological clock is ticking and I want babies now. All right? Hey, you ready? Section C? All right, here we go. And cut the crap, Hamlet. My biological clock is ticking and I want babies now. So what we're going to do, Bob, is we're going to get all these things going, all right? We're going to get the id, ego, and superego.
Maybe not, right?
Right. You're going to synthesize all this within your soul. We're going to build everything to a mighty frenzy. Stop everything. All eyes go to you. And you're going to let out with that scream that epitomizes Ophelia. She can't wait. Remember, no matter what happens, act natural. All right. So here we go.
First two rows. Hands up.
I loved it. I actually loved it. That was amazing. That's it.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Wow. I think we really shared something there, didn't we? But we digress. Back to Hamlet. Act 3, Scene 2. The famous play within a play scene, in which Hamlet discovers conclusive evidence that his uncle murdered his father.
Speak the speech, I pray you, trippingly on the tongue. Suit the word to the action and the action to the word.
Okay.
Okay, good. Will my lord hear this work?
I and the king too, presently.
Well, now, Hamlet. How does my cousin and my son?
Kin and less than kind.
I have nothing with this answer. These words are not mine.
My lord, take a seat.
All right. Let's see here. Move her to lose it, sister. King of Denmark, coming through. Scoot over a little bit. All right. The Royal Theatre of Denmark is proud to present The Murder of Gonzago, Act 1.
How you doing?
Good.
You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Want to come back to my place?
You know I'm married.
Never stopped me before.
Okay.
How about some music?
Okay.
How doth my lord like the play?
Oh, the lady doth protest too much, methinks. You get it? You get it? I don't think you really get it.
My lord, Act 2.
Who knows?
I think I'll take a nap in my garden.
I'll take the ghost board for £1,000. My lord, the queen wishes to speak with you in her closet.
I will come to her presently.
I will convey myself to hear the process.
How now, mother? What's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
What will thou do? Thou wilt murder me? Help! Help!
Help, 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 help! How now, a rat? Dead for a ducat. Dead.
And now, Hamlet, where's Polonius?
At supper.
At supper, where?
Not where he eats, but where he is eaten.
Oh no!
It's
Laertes, son of Polonius,
Brother to Ophelia.
and a snappy dresser.
Why, thanks. O thou vile king, give me my father. I'll be revenged for Polonius's murder. How now? What noise is this? Dear May, kind sister, sweet Ophelia.
I got it. They bore him barefaced on the bier. With a hey nonny nonny. Hey nonny. And in his grave shed many a tear. With a hey nonny nonny. Cha cha cha. I'm mad. I'm out of my tiny little mind. See? Acting. Here's rosemary for remembrance. Here's rue for you. And I would have given you violets. But they all withered away when my father Died, you jerk! You made me sick. Here, hold my hair back.
Hamlet comes back. What would I undertake to
Hey,
prove?
whoa. What's the next scene with Ophelia? The next scene with Ophelia, I'm up for it now. I'm good, I'm ready.
There are no more scenes of the video. Hamlet comes back. What would I undertake to
Seriously, what happens to her?
What happens to her?
Yeah,
She drowns.
she drank. Some water?
Hamlet comes back. What would I undertake to prove myself my father's son?
Okay, here I
To prove myself my father's son indeed, more than in words, to cut his throat in the church. Aye, and to that end I'll anoint my sword with an unction so mortal that where it draws blood no cataclysm can save the compulsion from this thing. The me.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him. His skull had a tongue in it too once and could sing. And then came Denmark's biggest loser. Soft. Here comes the queen. Couch me a while and mark.
Lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring.
Sweets to the sweet.
Hold off the earth awhile I holster once more in mine arms.
Whose grief is it to bear such an emphasis? It is I, Hamlet, the Great Dane. I will take her.
The devil take thy soul.
I will fight with thee till thy eyelids no longer wag. The cat will mew and the dog shall have his day. Come, give us the foils.
One for me.
Now be careful, those are sharp.
Come, sir.
Come, my lord.
A hit.
No!
Judgment.
A hit! A very palpable hit!
What are you wearing?
It's play guess what I am now. Here, Hamlet, have a drink.
Hey, sit it by a while. Mother, father, uncle, whatever you are. Come, sir. Oh, hit. What say you?
A touch. A touch. I do confess a touch.
Yeah.
Hamlet, the queen carouses to thy fortune.
Madam, do not drink!
I will, I pray you pardon me.
It's the poison bottle. It's too late.
Come, Laertes, for a third. Hey, go, over here. Sword. Oh. Oh, man.
Oh no.
Oh, no. How does the queen?
She swoons to see me bleed.
No. drink. I am poisoned.
Oh, villainy! Treachery! Seek it out!
Here I lie, Hamlet, never to rise again. I can no more. The king's to blame.
The poison venom too? Then venom, do thy work. Come thou murderous, incestuous, cross-dressing dame! Follow my mother! Oh, no.
Forgive me, Hamlet. Here I lie, justly killed by mine own treachery.
Oh, heaven make thee free of it. I follow thee. You that look pale and tremble at this chance, that are but mutes or audience to this act, if ever thou didst hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and draw thy breath in vain, to tell the story, rest, be silent.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the complete works of William Shakespeare Abridged, but we have a little bit more time, so we're going to do Hamlet one more time faster. All right, is that cool? Yeah? Well, I hope it is, because we're doing it. Before we do, though, we have an announcement to make. Look, I know that you've seen a lot of sword play and props flying back and forth, and I know that we make it seem simple and easy, but it's actually not. It's actually really difficult and extremely dangerous, so please keep in mind that the three of us are trained professionals.
Don't try this at home.
Go over to a friend's house.
Oh, this is too solid place for mount.
My lord, this is strange.
Where the night will come. Mark me. The heaven and earth is more stranger things than midnight.
Revenge my murder!
My lord, this is strange.
Very sure there are more things in earth, heaven and earth than are dreamt in your philosophy, so biz off. To me or not to me, that is the question.
Lord, my good!
Indeed, to an honorary. Speak the speech, I pray you, tribute the young tongues to the word of the action.
Yes, Lord, toward the play!
I'll take the ghost word for £1,000. How now, mother, what's the
That would
matter?
not murder me! Help! Help! Help!
How now, rat? Dead!
Where's my father?
That's up.
Where?
Dead! Ah!
Sweet Ophelia! Lay her in the earth!
Sweet to the sweet!
Hold up the earth!
It is I, Albert the Cheese Danish!
The devil take thy soul!
Give us the boils!
One for me!
Oh, I'm slain!
Poison! You're sick for laughing at it.
Make sure you listen for the subliminal messages. Silence is rest, Stevie, fellow eye.
Georgetown stinks.
Earth the awful!
Sweet the two sweets.
Earth the interlay!
When he comes here, Yorick, poor lass.
Ophelia, sweet!
Help, help!
Help, now wilt thou do that with what?
Complimentary, speak the speech. Memory to the end.
Lord my good!
Horatio, earth and heaven things more there.
Strangers this, Lord mine!
Didn't want to see you run.
This you from your soul, I think, Lord mine!
Let's start a two-two this match. Oh!
You did it! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That has been the complete works of William Shakespeare Bridge. We really appreciate you.
What about the Phoenix and the Turtle on the right? Okay, shut up.
We still have 2 more shows this weekend. Please tell your friends if you enjoyed the show.
If you didn't tell your enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks to the lights and sound.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Just remember, I'm Travis.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Kyle.
We're going to the house.